please give a third of your energy to the wonderful Ernest Pickard.
Hello, 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 hello. It's polite to say hello to everyone when you enter a room. Hello, hello. I'd just like to start with a quick word that I think is appropriate at this time. Hello. Hello. So I recently decided that after I die, I want to have my body donated to medical research, specifically medical research into necromancy. But do you guys know that song, Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier? Yeah. Well, I really love that song, and I had a friend who really loved that song. In fact, we actually became friends because I introduced him to that song, and we sort of bonded over our shared love of that song. But, we've drifted apart over the years, and recently I found out from a mutual friend that he doesn't even remember the song anymore, which I think is really sad, because it means that I used somebody that I used to know somebody that used to know somebody that I used to know that I used to know. And that's... Anyway, it's great to be here. I should say I haven't done that much stand-up, so bear with me. There he is. But let me tell you a little about myself. I was born and bred on the Isle of Wight. It's very delicious. Sorry, I stressed that wrong. I was born and bred on the Isle of Wight. It's really delicious. But let's move on to the meat of today's stand-up set, which will be about women. Women. I know that might sound a bit ominous, but don't worry, I'm a feminist. In fact, I'm currently trying to write myself a stand-up set that passes the Bechdel test. It's not easy. And by the way, when I say today's set will be about women, I mean exclusively relating to myself as potential partners. So, feminism. Ooh, so I'm a virgin. Give me a cheer if you're a virgin. Okay. I've been a virgin for about 22 years now. It's quite uncommon, means that my unique experience is my lack of experience. But I kind of was sort of expecting everyone on tonight. See, it was a night called Comedy Virgins. I kind of thought that meant a sort of be in familiar company. But I was talking to some of the acts backstage, and they fuck. So I'm a bit at sea. But I've been trying to get out there a bit. Trying to have some more exciting sexual experiences. Like, for example, last night, I met a woman on a street corner who had absolutely nothing on at all apart from a long blue coat and tall leather boots and a lacy negligee and a cerulean necklace and a silk scarf and a hat and a T-shirt and jeans and a jumper and shoes and socks and epaulettes and a second long blue coat on top of the first one. I asked her if she wanted to have sex, and she said no, so I went home. But I've been going on dates. Like, for example, I recently went on a date with a page 3 girl. Ooh. Unfortunately, it turns out it was page 3 of the Financial Times. Bought a copy the next day. There she was on page 3, introducing a conference on infrastructure asset management with her tits out. Then I went on a date with a woman who was the complete opposite of Holly Willoughby. Her name was Hilly Wallaby. Then I went on a date with a Jedi. That didn't really last, couldn't really commit. I mean, they say half of all marriages end in the Force. That's a bad one. I told my brother that joke, and he's a massive fan of Star Wars, so he really liked it. So that's that. But no, I think the real reason I haven't really been getting any of that. Is this how you do it? I don't. Is it like that? I've never done it. I think the real reason I haven't been managing it is because I'm very socially awkward. I can't really talk to women. I can't really talk to blokes. I'm very bad at talking to blokes. Very, very bad with all the blokey stuff about all that stuff like sport and men and cars and beer and men and cars and sport and that sort of thing. I'd like to learn. I was talking to this bloke in the pub the other day, right? No prizes for guessing which one. Not that it's obvious. I just don't have any prizes. But no, I was talking to this bloke in the pub, and I was like, I want to be more up on the blokey chat. Like, where can I learn more about men and cars and that sort of thing? And he said, you should watch Top Gear. This was in 2008. He said you should watch Top Gear. But the problem is it was quite loud in the pub. So I couldn't really hear what he was saying. And what I thought he said was, you should watch opera. Top Gear and opera, they do sound quite similar. So the next day I went down to the Royal Opera House, went to watch the show that was on. Nothing in it at all about men or cars. Nothing at all. And, you know, you think I would have clocked sooner, but in my defense, the name of the opera was Carmen. So, all right, that's been me. You can find me on all the usual apps, Hinge, NatWest, settings. All right, thank you very much.
Ernest Pickard, I buy him a drink. Do I buy him a drink? We will buy him a drink. So, how this is going to work, I'm going to hold the trophy in front of them one at a time. You're going to clap and cheer for the one that you think deserves to win. What I'm going to do, because we've got so many, we're going to do a quick one. And so just make your choices now, all right? And we're going to get them through. And then we'll maybe do a final of the ones who you sort of suggest are your favourites, all right? So we will start, and we're going to start over here. Sorry? Yeah. Clap and cheer. Yeah, whatever you like, my friend. If you've got anything else you want to bring to the table, absolutely. Thank you so much. Maybe chop some wood. I don't mind either way. All right, we'll start over here with Sophie. Adam. Jack. Prakash. Aaron. Alex. Sunny. Oliver. Alex. Or Aiden. All right, it was up and down, but I think we have a final. It was a lot of them, wasn't it? I think our final, to be honest, I think we have our winner. I think we have a winner, don't we? It was quite clear. We're going to give it our winner of the show is the wonderful Ernest Pickard. Thank you, my friend. Well done. Please, lovely. Get out of it. All right.